My name is Owen Pelletier and I'm 39 years old. I have lived experience, 12 years in the game, and battled addictions for over 25 years. I'm currently a lived experience mentor with Straight Up, which is an outreach program that assists people who have lived in the game lifestyle and helps them to pursue a healthy life. I'm also a full-time student at the First Nations University of Canada, pursuing a degree in Indigenous social work. My 12 years in a game has exposed me to a lot of traumas. There's consequences with living this game lifestyle. The traumas that you incur, every game member has or will experience game-related traumas. Initiations, discipline minutes, and torture, just to name a few. Drugs, alcohol, violence, they all go together in the game lifestyle. And so it's like, game-related traumas leave long-lasting, deep emotional scars that affect every aspect of our lives. I could sit here and I could tell you stories of my initiation minute when I was all beat up. I could tell you stories of getting macheted in the head. I could tell you stories of getting stabbed in the shoulder. I could tell you stories of torture, of discipline, car crashes. Drugs and alcohol are always involved with this violent lifestyle of living in a game. And these deep emotional scars, these traumas affect the way that we view the world. They affect the way that we interact with each other, how we trust people, if we don't trust people, if we talk to people. If we're willing to admit and accept these traumas and begin addressing them, then we can begin the healing process. Growing up as an Indigenous male in Saskatchewan has been hard. Racism, discrimination, society labeling me, telling me I'm gonna be a no-good Indian, I'm gonna be an alcoholic, I'm gonna be a drug addict, I'm gonna be a criminal, I'm gonna be a gangster. This is what I was told repeatedly by society, so much so that I started to believe it, and I made these things come true. I did become a drug addict, I did become an alcoholic, I did go into jail, I did become a gangster. I hurt a lot of people, I hurt my family members, and I hurt myself. And it was hard. It was really hard to be able to admit these harms that I've done to myself and to others, and to begin the healing process. The traumas of living in a lifestyle full of drugs, alcohol, and gains is relentless. It's nonstop. It's 24 hours. I've almost lost my life on several occasions. I've almost went to the penitentiary, and I've almost been in the ground many times. But I haven't. I came close, so close. There's hope, there's a way out. You can heal. Forgiveness is the key that has no respect for any lock. I had to forgive myself for all the harms I did to myself. I had to forgive the others for the harms that they did to me. I had to forgive society. I had to change the way that I looked at the world. Realizing, asking myself one day, hey, there's gotta be more to life than gains, drugs, alcohol, and hurting people. There's got to be more to life than this. And that's when I did the hardest thing I ever had to do in my whole life. I asked for help. This was something I was never taught. I picked up a phone, I was in tears and I was crying, begging this addictions counselor to send me to treatment. And that's when the healing process really began for me. I was able to reflect on my story, the things that I've went through, the things that have happened to me, the things I've been exposed to. They're not me. And I didn't realize that at the time. They've shaped my life into who I am, being able to start addressing these issues. So going to detox, going to treatment, and then going to a recovery home immediately afterwards for 18 months was critical to my success and my recovery, and my story. A gangster is a human, someone who's hurting inside. That's why we use the drugs and the alcohol to numb the pains. And so when you start addressing these pains and these traumas, it can be emotionally overwhelming. And that's why you need a therapist, someone you can talk to, someone you can trust to open up these wounds and heal with them, and they will guide you. I used to have a stigma about therapists and, oh, that's for crazy people. But now I've realized therapy and counseling is to remain balanced, to remain mentally healthy. And so therapy for 3 years has been critical to my recovery, going to AA meetings, going to NA meetings, getting a sponsor, working the steps, going to sweats, going to church. Doing presentations to the communities is critical to my healing because I'm letting out I'm giving voice to these wounds and I'm letting them go so they don't control me anymore. In order to heal, there's 3 things you gotta do. You gotta find out what happened to you. You gotta start dealing with it, and you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go so you can grow. You can't grow if you're hating, bitter, and resentful at someone. You can't grow, you can't live your life like that. Finding my purpose, my calling, and my meaning in life. When you live the gang life, gangsters have a code. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. This is deeply ingrained in every gangster, conditioned. You're conditioned not to trust people. In order to begin the healing process, you have to go against that. You have to begin talking. You have to begin trusting. You have to begin feeling. You have to let it out. You have to let it go so you can grow.